Okay, let's do this.
I actually have no idea where you actually live on the map.
He has to go
It's
across
actually
89.
faster to get to Tony's house because he's right by the freeway.
But you could take 89. All right, let's go. Welcome back.
Yeah, tell them about us.
Someone did ask that you would host a little bit more, so why don't you introduce and then you can pass it off to Kim.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I do.
Literally, someone
They do.
said that they want to hear Chris's voice more.
Tell us that you care.
Well, now you get to hear it.
Yes.
Oh, this is a tender moment.
Welcome back to Five's a Crowd. I'm here with my four buddies. I'm a buddy of my own. Too. Anyway, we got Cam,
Hey.
Austin, Tony,
Hey.
Zach,
Hola.
and me, Chris. Back to you, Cam.
Hey, baby steps, sir.
That was beautiful.
Baby steps.
I feel like they feel more welcome than they have in a while.
It's true.
Right
They
on.
do.
Let's
Right.
do it.
Let's jump into some stories about the Ouija.
a Ouija.
A Ouija.
I wish.
Or, I mean, Ouija.
Yeah.
Or is it? I just went brain.
Ouija.
What's that?
Ouija?
What's that sauce for the French dips?
Worcestershire sauce?
No, French dips.
Oh,
Au jus.
Au.
Au boy.
I know things sometimes.
Isn't that the monkey from Aladdin? I'm just kidding.
It's Ouija.
That's a boo.
We're not linguists. Anyways, continuing our spooky season, we decided to pull up a little ranker list, as we like to do from time to time. This one is about some of the creepiest stories about Ouija boards. So as we go through this, like always, if you've got your own stories, we got this beautiful little comment section right below the video. I don't know if you've ever visited there, but you can write things and we can read them.
It's kind of like ancient times where you
Weird.
can like scribe things into a wall.
Get your hammer and chisel.
When in Rome.
But give us your stories.
I don't think some people realize that we go through and read them sometimes.
That's true.
We do. We're
That's
not
true.
that big.
No.
So we
So
read
it's easy.
all your comments.
So it's fun. We see them.
Wish some of you were nicer.
Watch what you're writing because we see them. And those of you defending, well done.
And we gotta
Those are my favorite ones where somebody attacks and all of a sudden you got like 10, 15 comments after the fact. Like,
Like, whoa.
Whoa.
There's blood in the water.
blood in the water.
Stop it.
Love it.
We
Everybody be
also
nice.
have a band hammer, which is really fun to drop on occasion. Band.
Yep, that's a good one.
I thought you meant like BAND, like a band. Like I was like, what's a band hammer? Like,
We've never used it before, but when he hits it on the table, music plays.
It's a band hammer.
Ban hammer. We can ban? Have we
For
banned?
those, for those who get too uppity.
If you get too uppity, you get banned.
Yep, you out of here.
We don't
you're
need.
panned.
We don't need your energy.
But I'll tell you what, it takes a lot to get banned.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just
you
listen
gotta
to
try
what-
kind of hard.
Just listen to what I said in the last episode.
Yeah,
If you
you're
can
banned.
beat that, you're banned.
Don't challenge them.
Well,
They
they're not
won't
even-
hear it.
They don't even know.
Oh, okay, good.
They won't.
You're gonna have to
know.
put like blur over his face.
I thought about that.
You're gonna have to.
No,
There's a
you know
mic
what?
in front of it. You don't need to blur it.
That's true. If I can't
We'll
see
see.
his mouth.
We'll
I'm
see.
telling you right now, that's going to drive people insane not knowing
know.
what to
And it's for good reason.
That's-
Yeah, it is.
Give us your best guesses.
I'm rethinking friendships.
I like that. We should have said that in that episode.
We
Give us your
should've.
best guesses.
Oh, man.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
We're never getting through this.
We are. What if we get a certain amount of likes on that video?
No,
That's up to him.
we are not doing that.
Because we're still holding the thing out for the dying of the black beard, and nobody's. No, we haven't hit the likes on that.
I'm
video.
ready.
I let that die.
So, but what if we did like 10,000 likes?
Statutes of limitations apply.
10,000 likes on the video. By
We'll have
the
to
end
negotiate off camera on this one. Tony's like, no.
Like, I don't want to.
I don't know if I want that put to my name.
Right on.
Once
let's
it goes
talk
onto
about-
the internet, it's there forever.
Yep. Let's talk about other people's weird, creepy, awkward
Let's
stories.
do it.
of the year. Sorry, guys, I
Can
tried.
I ask real quick if
Like,
anyone
ask
here
away.
has any creepy Ouija board stories?
I think we've already talked about ours.
I think we
Yeah.
have.
I won't touch the thing.
Chris and I did it once, never again.
Do you guys remember what episode's on? That way we don't have to
That was
recap it.
way back.
It's our
Yeah, it was
it's
way
our
back.
paranormal talk, there was a part
Yeah.
1 and part 2.
I will
Our
put
own
it in the
experiences.
comments. I will look it up and put it in the comments.
forget.
section. I won't.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right.
I've
If
got,
he forgets, yell at him.
I've
Yeah,
got one
yell at
too,
me.
but I believe
You
I
can
talked about
also
Okay.
pin the comment to the top.
Oh.
So if you write the comment, let me know and I'll pin it so people can access it.
Okay.
All right, Cam, give us your best.
Let's get in here. Let's see some of
starting
these
at 10?
creepy stories. They're not numbered.
They're not numbered?
No, they're just there.
They're not even ranked up.
Yeah.
That's the point of the
Ranker.
website.
Right? Creepy stories about Ouija boards.
it. Ranker sucks.
So let's see. They got like a little thing. There's even a little video, I guess. Let's see here. There's something inherently spooky yet inviting about Ouija boards. That's weird. The DIY Charlie game and other spirit boards. The Ouija board's intricate hand-drawn letters and numbers beckon you to trace the planchette along the curves and call on whatever lies beyond the wall of death.
Don't do
So this
it.
is for you who've never used one.
Don't
Have
do
you ever
it.
seen
They all
them?
know what
Heard
this
of one?
devil seed is.
Yep, don't do
Look,
it.
I'm going to show you right now. Look, there's a Ouija board.
The wild thing
Zoom
is
in on
these are like
There
you
it
can
is.
buy these.
You can make
Who is it?
your own.
Hasbro?
Yeah,
Oh,
Hasbro
bro,
does it
it's
now.
is it Hasbro?
Yeah,
I'm pretty
like you
sure
can,
it's Hasbro.
Yeah, you can buy one right now.
You can buy them super cheap. Look at that one.
Dude,
That one's kind of creepy
We
looking.
should do it.
Gosh, the one that we played on years ago, I think we bought at Walmart.
As a Milton Bradley.
Oh, yeah, those are gross.
We should play a Ouija board on the podcast.
What the freak? Bro, I can't. I believe it too much.
What if you're
Like,
just
I know
in the
it's-
room?
Dude, I don't want that demon seed on me.
Well, that would apply.
You don't know what's gonna
The
happen.
thing that just the thing that went through my brain. Let's keep going.
Naughty. But anyways, you should be familiar with a Ouija board. It's just a board, whole bunch of letters on it. It's got a yes and a no, and essentially you reach out to the demons and you ask them questions.
Demons or angels?
No, angels aren't speaking through this. This is Satan's. This
demons.
is Satan's notepad.
Demons disguised as angels.
Yeah, bud. Okay, here we go. Start off with 2 weeks of hauntings.
Okay.
Get in your spooky voice.
Redditor Llama Ballsack. Off to a great start.
Wow.
Real scary.
He's a trustworthy fella.
Went out of their way to get haunted by something that came through their Ouija board. After trying and failing to contact a spirit the first time, they cut the lights, lit some candles, and turned on an old radio to play nothing but white noise while they tried to make contact with the other side.
I thought they were gonna say Marvin Gaye.
Right?
Really?
That's a pair of bad ideas. Idea genes, if ever there was one. Idea genes? What? Never mind. Oh, I get it. Never mind. When a spirit finally responded, the Redditor and their friends learned that it was named Zozo.
Zozo.
And from there, things went about poorly as they could. We began to try to move the planchette in circles, like you do when you're expecting an answer. And all of a sudden, it freaking stopped. The hello spot of the board, it stopped at the hello spot of the board and would not freaking move. We actually slid the whole board off the table trying to get it to move. It was being pressed down hard. So basically it was like stuck. Dude, right? Can you imagine you throw that thing off the table and just stuck to it? No. The planchette continually alternated between hello and no. The radio emitted screeching sounds. A bunch of objects fell off the top of the refrigerator. The candles blew out. The cat that lives in the house began walking with a limp the next day.
Oh, I thought it meant on its hind legs.
So did I at first.
It's like walking.
Playing a flute.
Weird activity continued in their home for the next 2 weeks. See, I had something follow me home when I was like ghost town hunting
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks.
Oh, you told us that story.
And I had to banish the thing. She was nice,
She was nice.
but I was like, not here.
She's a
Sorry.
good sport.
And that was
That
like
sounds
not
like
even
fun.
trying to do this.
That
Yeah.
sounds like fun.
We should go to a cemetery
Through my
and
like
then do a Ouija
hydro
board.
flask off the table.
Yeah, man.
I'm ready to
remember
get the Dickens scared out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but
am I.
it's like
It's
I
been a
would-
long
Same.
time since
I
I've been
would-
scared.
But you don't
I
bring it
would-
to your home.
I have not been like the Dickens scared out of me. Like,
I want to watch all the scary movies. I'm ready to get some scary, spooky stuff going on.
Right?
my palms sweat.
Like, I
was
like-
thinking about it.
I will do it with
are
you.
your knees weak?
Yeah.
I want to go.
I will.
I want to go
You
for
guys,
this.
hey, 2 weeks we're recording again. We should do an on-site and do something creepy.
Let's do what?
I think the last time I got scared was when we did that.
Bro, when we spent all night in the house,
Yeah.
that was spooky.
That was the last time I got legit scared.
We got to do another one. Let's reach out, find some real scary stuff to do.
Okay.
Even
Let's
if it's
take a road trip to that
let's do
place
it.
you were talking about
Which one?
on the way to California.
Oh, dude, that's a long drive.
Bodie?
How long
No,
is it?
it's Thunder Mountain.
How long is the
Think
drive?
they'll let us spend the night?
I'll look it up. Go ahead and do the next story.
Oh, scary. There was no wind. After reading this collection of spooky Ouija stories, like we are now, that happened to Redditor Kimmy Gibbler say what? This person was
Wow.
born in... this
Kimmy
person's a
Gibbler?
Totally a millennial.
Full house.
You're probably going to buy a
Scrunchy came to my
ticket
mind.
for the no thank you train just like us. The writer's most terrifying story comes from an evening when a spirit named Deb proved that it exists by explaining that it knows where she and her friends smoke, possibly insinuating that it's watching them as they get their fix. Not freaked out enough by this information to stay inside, the Redditor and her friend Haley pressed Deb to prove she was real. Don't do that. I said, how will we know you're real? And she said, trees. I'm like, F that. And Haley says we have to do it. So we're smoking outside. I'm looking into the forest, sweating balls in fear, thinking I'm going to see the freaking demon face in the branches or something. Eventually, we relax, but then Haley, mid-sentence, her face drops and goes white, and she's like, F, get inside now. I freaking toss my cigarette and jump in the window. We close the blinds, and we're breathing super heavy. I'm like, what the freak happened? She says that behind me, in the distance, there was a big 100-foot tall tree. There was no wind. I remember this because I was watching my cigarette smoke go directly up, and I was blowing perfect O's without them disappearing. She says the tree was still, and then suddenly, the whole tree, including the trunk, moved back and forth, and then went back to perfectly still. I was like, heck no, and after a while of freaking out, sat back at the board when we put our fingers on it and said, did you see? And it said, did you see? Ah!
What were they smoking?
That's true, they didn't mention. Was it the hashish? Bro.
No.
What a creepy
Oh
image
man, this stuff
in
is
my
making
head.
my skin
That's
crawl.
what I'm doing.
Dude.
I'm like picturing it in my head.
Just
and
this
that's
giant tree, and it's like, it just stops, but no other trees moving.
Ugh, I'm not.
F that, dude.
Are you
I'm
having-
chopping that tree down the next day.
I feel like I just hear Beatles songs. Like, Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Like,
It's making
find
me
some
have
needles around
flashbacks,
that, too?
though.
what?
It's making me have flashbacks.
Oh, dude.
But
Why
the
does
fact
this
that
make
it
my skin
asks,
crawl?
they get back, put their hands on the planchette, and it's like, did you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Gross, dude. Oh, yeah, it's coming. I feel it. This is the stuff I like, though. The tingles.
So that Thunder Mountain in Nevada is 6 hours away.
Oh,
That's not bad.
that's like up to Boise.
Yeah, but we can't even get one of us.
That's
to
like a
leave
quarter of a
an
day.
hour away. I guess that was a year ago. Maybe we could get him now.
You know what I wonder, though? What is the red door?
What is the red door?
Who wrote this?
What is the red door?
Oh, my gosh.
Fuzzy llama.
Redditor
Dr.
user
Seuss.
Huxley Pearl relates a Ouija board story that seems to be more about a family of intuitive people who lived in haunted houses than anything else. But it's worth noting that their spooky troubles didn't begin until they horsed around with a Ouija board. Afterward, their ghostly issues included phantoms pulling on a baby's limbs. Oh, a black-clad ghost slave
We're just
family.
gonna slide past that?
Right? Freaking pulling babies.
Oh.
A black-clad ghost slave family. What is that? Never mind. And the appearance of a creepy red door. What's more, the sister in the family may have summoned up something very troubling.
I say black clad, so like dressed all in black robes or something.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ouija boards are a gateway possession.
they are. I'm telling. That's why I'm saying. I love ghost hunting. I love going to their places
Or
and
you take
poking
the Ouija
around.
board there.
But I don't like like opening their portals right into my house.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it in my house ever again.
Anyway, her sister said that she was playing with the board one day, and when she asked who she was speaking to, she got a weird name. It struck her as odd, but she didn't really worry about it. Weeks later, she watched a special on the History Channel or something. They were discussing demonology. She recognized one of the names as being the strange one she had encountered through the Ouija board.
Ooh.
His name was Brian.
It was Mick Jagger. He saw that red door and wanted to paint it black. For his demon friends.
Gross. Oh man, I love the tingles. It's kind of
Right?
it's kind of a rush.
All boyfriends go to hell.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
While stationed in Germany, a former Redditor and some fellow soldiers decided to light some candles and contact the dead.
Yeah,
Sounds like a good night.
In Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a lot over there. Man, I mean, bro, have you ever played Call of Duty?
it's the old
You
country.
ever fought Nazi zombies? You don't want to do in real life. The first spirit they spoke with was a young woman who had perished while she and her boyfriend were driving home from a Grateful Dead concert. Bet they weren't that grateful. And now she was looking for him. After she went away, they actually spoke to the boyfriend, who asked if they could tell his girlfriend that he was sorry. Then they spoke to the ghost of an older woman who said that the reason the spirit of the young woman couldn't find her boyfriend is that he's in hell. Cue lightning crash.
Ew.
Ooh, who's the old woman?
Needs to be more context than that one. I feel
I
like.
know. Some of these are weirdly short. Like, where's the actual story?
Straight to the point.
The little demon.
While messing around with the Ouija board, as a young man, the stepdad of a
voice?
former Redditor.
He's a little sick, so it sounds like a little demon.
The stepdad of a former Redditor was visited, by a demon who told him that his firstborn child would perish. Understandably, the next morning, the guy tried to get rid of the board, first by throwing it away, then by burning it, and finally burying it with a Bible on top for good measure. Years later, his wife miscarried their first child.
Oh, yuck, dude.
Dude, you don't mess with this stuff. Oh. What happens if I click on one of these? Is it just their user or is it the actual story? Oh, this is the story.
Oh, they give the whole thing?
Oh, that's nice.
I wish we'd have known that about the ones above.
Right? I guess some of them, they just took some of the stuff out, so. Okay. Nyal wants answers.
Okay.
Here we go.
So let's begin. A few friends and I mucked around with Ouija boards, a lot as teenagers. It had always been harmless fun. One night we were speaking with a young boy called Nyal. Meow. Who had told us.
Sorry, are you saying meow?
Right, Nyal? He told us he had been murdered by his father.
Wow.
Funny and then not. We spoke with him for a while and then we got bored of the conversation, left, and eventually tried again. We started to speak with someone we assumed an elderly lady, when actually it turned out to be Nyal again.
How do you get bored with that conversation? Hold on.
Right? It's like, bro, go tell someone else.
My
your sob
dad
story.
killed me. Boring.
Next.
Oh, man. Someone must have asked, what do you want? Because the Ouija pointer spelt out, satisfy my requests. Ooh. And then continuously spelt answers over and over again until we freaked out and just abandoned everything. The board, the house, the street. I never touched a Ouija board since. Early last year.
How's the house?
A few of us. It's probably gone. A few of us got together again, having all gone our separate ways since high school, and we brought that night up. And everyone swore again that they hadn't moved anything on purpose that night, of course. Someone could still be lying, or we could have inadvertently been moving the pointer without realizing. But just remembering the force of the pointer moving so rapidly and what it spelled out freaked me out enough to not want to mess with it again, just in case. TLDR, creepy kid wouldn't leave us alone. He spelled out satisfy my request, followed by answers, etc.
I will say that is the mind F behind the Ouija board is, at least the times that I've done it, it's the constant battle of they're moving it, and then they're swearing to you that they're not moving it, and you're like, I'm not moving it, and then but it's just
Right. And it makes me think, have you ever done that, like this team building activity where you all stand in line, like you and your team, coworkers, whatever, and you put a hand out with one finger, and then somebody puts a tent pole across all your fingers, and you have to drop it to the ground. But it goes up. Like the second you put the tent pole on, it goes up because everybody is trying to touch the tent pole. Oh. And so it goes up. So everyone's like, why are we going up? And we just keep going up. So you have to like somehow stop yourselves and all like put it down essentially. But I wonder if there's some type of effect like that where because you're on it, you feel like you're trying to stay on it and you end up pushing it because you're just trying to be touching it. I don't know.
No.
But the problem is, and that's the thing, is I do believe it's something.
It's technical because the answers we got, we weren't expecting the answers, and it does just abruptly stop. When you
Stop, like it feels like it's not going to move.
Well, and there was a couple of times that when it started to get aggressive, we would be moving to the point where we would both take our hands off and it would continue to slide a little bit.
no.
Gross. What? I don't remember you telling this.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yep.
No.
And it wasn't because we were like pushing it. We would just lift
It
our
outran
hands.
us.
Yeah. It would outrun our fingers. We would take our fingers off and it would continue
Oh,
to go.
dude, that creeped me the F out. You just saying that. That's scarier than some of these stories.
Gross.
Dude,
Ew.
and then when you say, are you good or bad? And then that thing goes straight to like the moon. And then all of a sudden the room just started getting dark around us.
It was. That's why.
Don't do it.
But we want to. It's the curiosity.
That's what kills you.
No one here's dead yet.
Everybody needs to try cocaine once.
This here.
Just kidding. Don't do it.
This
We
here
don't do
demon
drugs.
cocaine.
I was gonna say, much as I hate saying it with Austin, I've always been curious.
Yeah.
Curiosity
Will I ever
killed
do
the
it?
cat.
I
See, I
don't
know.
know, but
It's
I've
the
always
same-
been curious.
It's the same reason I've never done Bloody Mary.
I've done
I've done
Bloody
I
Mary.
won't do it. I won't do it.
That. That's pretty creepy.
She'll answer.
That was nothing.
Dude, did you see anything?
No,
Bro.
He's got night blindness.
that was stupid.
I want to do that thing where you stare in the mirror long enough to where it doesn't look like your face.
Ooh.
I
haven't
forgot
heard
what
of
it's
that.
called. It's shoot. I'm not gonna think of it, so
Psychosis?
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah,
No,
that's the one.
No, it's actually called a condition to where if you're staring at yourself long enough in the mirror, you don't recognize the face in front of you.
Like just simple lights on everything, and you just stare at.
Look it up.
Okay, continue. I'll look this up.
Let me tell you about, excuse me, this is a really good one from Life in Hex Colors. When I was 13 and my now deceased sister was 14, we decided after watching an old movie about Ouija boards to make our own. Since our house was being renovated at the time, there were tons of materials in the backyard that we thought we could use, such as wood planks and whatnot. So we went scavenging. We found one of these and taped a piece of paper over it and drew our board with all the elements.
So
It was-
a thing to show a picture of what one of these is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
We found one of these.
that doesn't work.
Nope.
All right. Well,
I, you know what?
something.
I just realized I immediately went to the picture, and I should probably wait to see what the picture is before just subjecting our audience to whatever we're looking at.
Doesn't even work anyway.
Welcome aboard.
I was an easily scared child, and she was fearless. So I told her to maneuver the board, and that I wouldn't touch it. She laughed at me, and we proceeded to ask questions. A spirit came through, told us his name was Roger, and that he had died of food poisoning. During that time, our oldest sister, who was pregnant and visiting us, was upstairs vacuuming and doing some cleaning. We had a central vacuum, and the box was in the closet just beside my bedroom stairs, in which we were playing with the board. Oh, so they were in the room with the vacuum? So it was pretty noisy in the room because the vacuum cleaner, if our sister had spoken to us, we would not have heard her. So fast forward to a few minutes of silence from the board when suddenly the planchette starts spinning really fast and it spells, "Our sister's name wants to talk to you." We were puzzled as we didn't hear her talk to us. At that moment, the vacuum stopped and she yelled at us to come help her with chores. We were pretty freaked out about the coincidence and decided to throw the Ouija board away in the backyard. It was similar to this. Does this one work?
No, broken link.
We weren't allowed to wander off in the semi-ravine that had formed, and it wasn't fenced off. It wasn't fenced. It wasn't fenced. So we knew not to get too close. We threw the board in the ravine and forgot about it. The next day, it was very warm outside, and my sister came to ask me if I wanted to go for a swim in our pool. I said yes, and we each went to our bedrooms to put on our swimsuits. We go outside by the back door, and right there, laying in the pool, is the board.
Oh, get out, man.
We exchanged a
Some guy
deeply
hiking.
horrified look, threw it a second time very far down the ravine, and never spoke of that story again to anyone. I wish he was here to tell you about it. It was pretty freaky.
Oh.
Dude, my mom had an experience with a Ouija board. Like, she found it on her roof.
What?
Yeah. And she used it, and weird things happened, and she never again. She's
know-
never really given me details, though.
There's a podcast I like to listen to that's just a bunch of scary stories like this. And
Oh,
like,
Five's a crowd?
What is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
I've heard of them.
it's called The Dark Paranormal. Oh, nice. But like 9 times out of 10, the stories have to do with the Ouija board.
Man, Ouija boards are so
You're
creepy.
holy mackerel.
Too long, didn't read.
Yeah, is there one? It is.
Yep.
Weird activity started up in my apartment after using Ouija board. Didn't stop until I got rid of it. Friend's Ouija board turned in circles with no one touching it. That'd be gross.
Read,
a lot of
read the
words
other
for that.
paragraph.
Basically, imagine a Ouija board that was so pent up with spooky energy that it didn't have to be used to start screwing around with your life.
Gosh.
That's exactly what happened to them. Zombeethoven, who took the board in question from a friend who said that every time she tried to use it, the same spirit continued to show up. After taking the board to its new home, things began to move around in the middle of the night. Footsteps were heard, and cats were not happy. But really, when are cats happy?
It's true.
I don't know. I kind of want you to read the whole thing. How many more stories are there?
There's
That one sounds
a
good.
lot. We can do it.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I just like the detail.
Real quick.
Oh, you found
Yeah,
the thing?
what's the name of it?
It's just called strange
Words.
face illusions. Words are hard.
They are. I was.
That's all I could find. But it's when you stare in a low lit room, staring at your face for prolonged periods of time, you start to see other faces.
See your real face.
And
Is it different
in healthy patients, it happens almost 60% of the time.
in
Like
healthy?
50, yeah, it said 58.9%.
I wonder how long you have to stare.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I don't think I have the patience.
Like 2 minutes
Skip the
in.
word.
I'm out.
I'm out here. I look the same.
Anyways,
This was
Sorry.
8 years ago.
It's probably like what if it's not even full on visual? You just start to like look at yourself like, who are you? I don't even know who you are.
You start to
Like,
loathe
you
yourself.
And then what if it doesn't move when you start talking, and then all of a sudden it talks
Have you
back?
seen those
smiles
videos?
at you. Just smiles at
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos? Like I saw one just the other day where this
turn.
girl, the mirror is like this, and she kind of has her face up to it, so you see her profile in the mirror, and she kind of goes like this, but the reflection continues to look forward.
Ew.
I like those ones. Like I saw one with a little kid too one time where the kid's like looking, playing in the mirror, and then he turns to talk to the parents, and the reflection is still looking at him. Like
So creepy, dude.
those, I'm sure there's got to be editing. I don't know, but some of them look so legit.
Some with the I've seen shadows too do that,
Yeah.
where like they move and their shadow doesn't move. It's like delayed.
So this was saying that most people see themselves as a child or themselves as an older person in
Ew.
at the middle age.
Gross.
What they think they would look like.
Oh man, this is all stuff making my skin crawl.
Spooky.
Kind of like it. It's kind of like, I don't know.
It's fun. It's like sitting
I
around
like that smelling
sitting
salt.
around a campfire
Drugs.
and just telling scary spooky stories.
I was gonna say the warmth of the fire, but the cold at your back.
And the demons.
That's the blood running down your back.
Waiting for someone to blow on the back of your neck.
Grab your foot from under your chair.
All right.
Dude, that
next
one time we were hearing noises down here, I had to keep looking behind me. I was so
What was that? Was that thunder? What was it?
No, it was weird. It was a wind.
Oh,
It was like
right.
whistling.
Yeah.
It was the
Like-
window wasn't all the way
It
closed.
was wishly.
Someone grabs Austin's Achilles tendon.
Hey, shut up.
Austin would die to find the ghost, murder him, and then
I
come back to
know.
life.
You just see these chest compressions happening on my body as it's laying on the ground.
He's just, got him.
You can die twice.
Sounds like a Chuck Norris joke. A friend of mine was eager to. Let me start over.
Starting to sound like Chris.
I'm starting to sound like the
Yes.
people in the Ouijas, the demons in the Ouijas. A friend of mine was really eager to get rid of her board. She said that no matter where she used it or with whom, the same spirit/entity would always try to contact her. She'd been keeping it in the bed of her truck for months because she didn't want it in her house. I didn't believe her and always wanted one, so I took it and left it in the trunk of my car. Fast forward 6 months to my boyfriend and I being bored in our apartment one night. I decided to pull out the board and see what would happen. Nothing did. Not surprised. I left the board boxed on our table and forgot about it. Not long after, weird stuff started happening. At first it was odd, but pretty innocuous. I was reading on the toilet one day when the shower curtain next to me was ripped open.
Oh,
Innocuous? Do you know what that word means?
nope. Definitely not that.
Bro.
Words are hard. Bro,
not.
pretty innocuous.
Dude, I remember as a kid, I could not go to the bathroom unless the shower curtain was open.
That's Jude right now. If
And
he
it
goes
was-
into the bathroom to brush his teeth, go to the bathroom, anything, he'll rip that shower curtain open every
Yep.
time.
I love
And I
those.
always thought it would be the freaking Tales of the Crypt guy in there.
I always love those shorts where you just see someone just go into the bathroom and just super punch their
Punching it. Yeah, dude. What the
And their
heck?
wife's behind the curtain.
It's like the Falcon punch. Falcon punch.
Yeah, dude. They're like few haymakers in there. I thought it was the cats, but the bathroom door was closed, and when I stepped out, all three were fast asleep on the bed. How would you not see the cats?
Pretty innocuous.
Gosh. Lost my place.
Oh man. Oh.
A few days later, I was walking through the living room when the vacuum cleaner turned it on by itself.
Wow, these are nothing. It's like
So innocuous. These happen all the time. And it wasn't even plugged in.
oh,
my
that,
God.
that happens all the time.
Oh, as soon as I realized this, it stopped. I told my boyfriend about it, but he didn't believe me until things started happening to him. I worked night shift, so he spent a few nights a week alone in the apartment. If that, dude. One morning I came home to find him sitting up in bed looking shaken. The fact that he was awake alone was strange. He usually slept like a rock until I came home from work to wake him up. Even more unsettling was the fact that he looked so freaked out. This guy has always been the fearless daredevil type, and has had his own experiences with supernatural. He said nothing had freaked him out so badly before. He woke up in the middle of the night, and while he sat in bed, he heard an extremely loud crash in the living room. So loud it shook the apartment. He insisted that it was definitely the apartment and not one of the neighbors. He likened it to the sound of a table being hurled across the room and into the wall. When he got up to check, nothing was amiss. The cats couldn't have knocked anything over because we were getting ready to move and most of our things were packed and furniture moved. He got back in bed a bit shaken, and then something was thrown at him.
Oh my!
Oh, what?
He didn't want to investigate and couldn't sleep, so he sat in bed waiting for me to get home. When I looked, I found my hair straightener in the bed. The straightener always stayed plugged in the bathroom counter. Whatever had thrown it, it would have had to unplug it and bring it around the corner into the bedroom to throw it at the bed.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is Amityville horror type stuff. Gotcha, bitch. Nice.
Oh,
You imagine-
Paranormal activity.
That would be Dave Chappelle haunting you.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, you know what?
every time.
Oh, dude.
I would love it. That would be fine with me.
We moved into our new house not long after, but by this point we'd started to suspect the Ouija board. I didn't bring it into the house. I left it in the downstairs storage area. For reference, you can only enter there through the house. Enter the house through the garage. There's a door leading into the storage/laundry area, and our door is off the storage room. Storage room often felt ominous, and a few times while I was down there, the door into the garage would open of its own accord and then slam shut. The door is tricky and likes to stick in the frame, so it's rather difficult to open. One night, I got a feeling of intense foreboding and went downstairs. Sabrina,
The teenage witch.
probably, was sitting at the door that leads to the storage room and her fur on end and growling. That was enough. I have theories on apartments, poltergeist / mingling of human energy and the like, but I was not going to stand for anything in our new house. I took that crap to Goodwill the next day. Goodwill?
Somebody
Past
else's
the
problem.
demon?
though.
Yeah. Since then, there's been no inexplicable weirdness in the house.
It took that long for them to get rid of the Ouija board?
Right? This one is a bit more creepy. Happened to my best friend when she was a teenager. She and a few of her friends took the board to an old church one night. That's a good mixture. Oil and water. For reference, 2 of the party had dated and then broken up. I don't remember their names, so I'll call them CJ and JP. My friends...
Morgan?
Bro, it's all coming full circle. My friend sat down with CJ and another girl with the board. Everyone else just sat around and watched. Before long, they made contact with something and started asking it questions. My friend asked it, "Who here do you love the most?" The eye turned and pointed to CJ. She then asked who it hated the most. The eye pointed to JP, CJ's ex. JP got pissed off, started to walk away. He had to pass them to leave, and as he did, the eye pulled away from their hands, and the board turned on its own, so that the eye was always pointing to JP. The board wasn't a cheap cardboard one. It was an old, heavy wooden one and would have required very visible effort to move smoothly. For curiosity's sake, they had him walk in a circle around the board. It turned in a complete circle several times, always following him with no one touching it. They packed their stuff, noped the F out of there, and never used the board again.
No thanks.
Holy crap.
Oh my gosh.
That's a scary one.
Oh gosh. I think at this point,
On the Queen Mary?
I think at this point we need to make a JP Morgan shirt.
I'm not saying, but it was JP Morgan.
JP Morgan riding dolphins.
Yes, that's it. Just picture. Titanic sinking in the back, and he's
Two
just on the
dolphins
ball.
on harnesses
Laser
side by
headband.
side, and he's like sitting across like
Yep.
Have the
Titanic sinking in the background.
dolphin needs night vision goggles on.
Yes. So good. On the Queen Mary? Garden 198. I used a Ouija board on one of the most haunted places on Earth and recorded the whole experience. EVPs and disembodied voices.
Oh,
Here's the link. Ooh,
where?
he's got
There's a video.
Is there Vidya or is it broken?
Oh, it's audio.
Oh,
Error.
broken. Dumb.
I guess this is 9 years old. First off, can someone please show me how to attach an audio file?
Holy
Oh,
moly,
I
that
guess
is a
they-
long
Guess they
story.
never did. This happened on the
never did.
This happened on October 3rd, 2014. My friends and I decided to spend the night aboard the Queen Mary. That would be fun. An old cruise liner ship that looks just like the Titanic and now has a permanent residence as a floating hotel in Long Beach, California. I've been near it. Never went into it, but I've been near it. I've only used a Ouija board one other time in my life, the year anniversary of my grandma's death in 2007. It worked ridiculously well and freaked me out so much that I vowed to never use it again. But my curiosity got the best of me. The scarier part of all this is that we didn't even have a Ouija board on us. I heard you coming. We made one of the most ghetto way possible. Out of 2 small pieces of paper taped together with Band-Aids and used a plastic Band-Aid box as the pointer, we wrote the letters and words in pen. It worked just as well as the real Ouija board I used before. Gosh, dude.
I've heard that before.
Oh, demons will try anything.
Yeah, you can make them out of anything.
I'll let you listen to the recording once someone shows me how to attach it. Guess not. Our friend's brother recently committed suicide a few months prior. With zero explanation. No history of depression, no problems at home, no note. Just one night he decided to shoot himself in the head.
That's
Needless to
called
say...
murder.
What's the case?
And they blame me. My friend is still very upset and confused about the whole ordeal and wants answers. He's been to physics and stuff and the...
Psychic.
Oh, psychics.
Into physics.
We're doing this together.
I had a little dyslexia, you know? Where is... I lost my place. Oh, okay. The only reason I agreed to do this was because he insisted, and I just wanted to help him relieve some pain. Plus, I figured it wouldn't work anyways because it was made out of paper. We asked the board if anyone wanted to talk to us. Immediately it moved to yes. I would have thought someone was messing with us, but one, I felt the same exact eerie pull I did with the real Ouija board, and two, given my friend's vulnerable state, I doubt my friends would be so cruel. Okay, so the board is moving. Cool. I think we asked it its name, and it clearly spelled out Zach. My friend's brother's name is Michael. So we're asking it questions. This is a truncated version because I don't remember everything. You'll have to listen. Can't. And I just remembered it, continuing to answer questions saying Z-A-C-K. We asked it how old it was, and it said 27, or some number in the 20s. My friend Danielle was worried because she has a cousin named Zach with cerebral palsy. She was scared that he just died or something, and he's much younger. At one point on the recording, you will hear us laugh and apologize for having a ghetto board because it gets stuck in the middle where we taped it with Band-Aids. We didn't hear this, but I swear I can hear someone whisper, "It's okay."
Huh.
Here, it's okay. Here, can you hear the EVP? But that is the least scariest thing of the night. What happened later still sends shivers down my spine. We were all sitting on the ground next to the bed. The door to our room was about 5 feet away. It was around 2 or 3 a.m. I forgot what we asked it, but all four of us clearly heard someone, as if they were standing right outside the door, say, "It's Zach." It was so clear that I thought someone had been listening to our conversation and wanted to mess with us.
It was me.
It was you. You can't really hear it on the recording, but you hear all of us react, and me and Danielle start crying. I swear we didn't imagine it. Can someone maybe try to amplify it? Danielle went to bed because she was too freaked out to continue. But me and my two guy friends decided to keep going. This is on a separate, longer recording session that I still haven't listened through. We did at some point get in touch with Michael, but he didn't seem to want to say much. I started talking to my grandparents, and just to prove how real it was, I took my hands off the board, wrote answers to the questions in a journal, and had the two guys use it. It got them right every time. So basically they wrote in a journal and then asked the freaking Ouija board what she wrote in the journal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. It spelled out addresses, street names, my dad's middle name. I was amazed, but also
That ain't
creeped
your
out.
grandparents.
Huh?
That ain't your grandparents.
What if it was just something pretending to be my loved ones?
See?
I'm kind of too scared to listen to that EVP. But it wasn't until morning that we learned of something even scarier. When we all woke up, Danielle started laughing and kind of joking how Scotty woke up in the middle of the night screaming bloody murder with a night terror. The other guy, Daniel, who was sleeping in my bed, said he heard the whole thing. I was unconscious this whole time, so I thought. When I told Danielle I don't remember that, her face turned white. She said she heard me sounding scared, saying parts of the Our Father over and over again repeatedly. She thought I was freaked out by Scotty and was praying to comfort herself. Then she asked me, "Didn't you hear that?" referring to Scotty, and I just said, "Yes, shh." Both me and Scotty don't remember any of it at all. It's like we were possessed. Both Daniel and Danielle heard it. Danielle also said that she felt like someone was grabbing and pulling on her all night long.
Oh my gosh.
Another coincidence was the day after our night on the Queen Mary. the new season of Ghost Hunters premiered, and it took place on the Queen Mary. I watched it, but no mention of ghosts named Zach. I've gotten EVPs on there before during a ghost hunting thing, which I can also attach. Blah, 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 blah. No, you can't. Anyone know anything about a ghost named Zach on the Queen Mary?
That's gross, dude.
Gross.
Oh man. Oh, I've never heard that like side of things of like the possessioning. Possession. Is that a thing?
Possessing?
Being possessed.
Possessed. That's the word. It's late and scary.
That first comment, just I didn't read the whole thing, but at a quick glance, it was saying the ghost hunters. One of the ghost hunter hosts' name is Zach, and so
Zach Baggins.
So instead
yeah.
of
so instead
Bilbo's
of
brother,
saying that Zach is the name of the ghost they were talking to, maybe it had the intuition that Zach the ghost hunter was going to be on the
dude. And
show.
another one is because obviously they had to record it. If it was out the next day, they recorded it way before, so they would have met Zach. But this person right after that says, I think there's also a few instances of people picking up EVPs calling out Zach's name after they've investigated other places.
Ew.
Maybe they just really
Zach's
like
out there
Zach.
just pissing off a bunch of ghosts.
Zach,
Damn straight
or
I
he's
am.
or he's risen them up, you know.
He's trolling.
Hey, they ain't coming to me.
Troll in the
It's because you spell it with an H.
True.
Zach.
It's true. I mean, even just something simple like that for me to like, as I'm sleeping, to get like poked or like my foot grabbed or something.
Why? You want that?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
exciting.
Yeah.
Until it happens.
Yeah.
Then it's not
Then
exciting.
it's gonna
gosh.
freak the hell out of me. But
Nope.
what's the smirk for?
I don't know.
He's had it
That's a
happen.
lie.
I don't know.
What's the smirk for?
Nothing. No, I just
Reaches in and
It's
pulls
wild.
his inner
It's just
thigh
wild.
hairs.
I just remember things.
Gross.
Yeah.
No, thank
I was
you.
gonna say, what? Are you seeing something behind me
No.
that I don't see?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Our house is clean.
Yeah.
Now,
This house is clear.
well, let's hear what Woo Woohoo has to say. According to Woo Woohoo, I got my first Ouija board at 16. At 17, it accurately predicted some heavy stuff that was going to happen to two skeptical sisters who were hanging around my friend group. We all chalked it up to coincidence. At 18, the board repeatedly was found set up with 35 cents on it. No matter where we put it away, basement, closet, neighbor's garage. Neighbor's garage?
Your problem now.
It came back to the same spot with the same amount of change. I convinced myself it was one of my brothers messing with my psyche.
Yeah, so you know what you do? You go spend that 35 cents,
Exactly.
and then you get it back the next day, and then you go spend it
Then
again.
you can put it in your bank account.
Genius. Every day, 35 cents in
There
your
you
bank
go.
account. That's a
Hey.
genius.
I want
That
this
board's an
Ouija board.
investment.
My best friend took the change one day and said she was going to hang on to it for luck. Okay, we're going to see if this idea pans out here. Mind,
This
we
is
were
like
poor
Pirates
kids.
of the Caribbean.
Right? Mind, we were poor kids living on our own and would have usually thrown it in a pot or whatever was needed that day. She held onto it and the board quit setting up. When it was almost forgotten, she was saved by having the 35 cents in her pocket. It was the amount it took to make a payphone call at the time. She got out of a sticky situation that could have turned bad. Next day, the Ouija board was set up again with 2 cents. I have a ton of these stories. Oh, 2 coins. I have a ton of these stories, little things. Then one major thing changed all of our perspectives forever. We set up to play just me and my best friend. We wanted advice about moving or not. My 2 younger brothers were lounging around making fun of us. My baby brother is a certified genius. And Pish Posh, the non-provable.
And
Oh,
Pish
is
Posh
that-
is the non-provable.
Oh, okay. I'm average smart, and my bestie was average dumb. We asked a question, and the marker flew to no. We then asked another similar. It circled around 3 times, no, no, no. Still we persisted. The oracle flew around the board, It didn't make any sense hitting random letters. My brother told us it's making sense to him. It's just spelling backwards. My second brother started jotting down the letters. It predicted my friend's marriage, children, and death in that sitting. 6 years later, every single prediction has come true to the letter.
Oh my gosh.
Like even the death, like her friend died.
Says
She hasn't died
everyone.
yet.
Says everyone has come true to the letter.
I don't like
6
it.
years later,
Yeah, every single prediction has
So her
come
friend
true
did
to the
die.
letter.
So in 6 years, her friend got married, had kids, and died.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like
Burn
it.
it.
All right, one more. Which one? We got never burn a Ouija board. Wake
Yeah.
up. That one?
I don't know.
What was the other one?
Do that one.
Wake up. When a spirit says goodbye, they mean goodbye.
Wake up.
Oh.
Whose
Grab a
house?
brush and put a little
House's
wake
house?
up.
Always dismiss the spirit. Spirit story checked out. The last thing you want a demon to do is touch your stuff.
That one sounds good.
From Redditor Slackerish.
I don't know. It could be exciting.
Going with that one, huh?
All right. We want to do this one?
I mean, no one else is speaking up. Sure.
If
Or do
it's
you
not
wanna
good-
do the burn
no,
one?
No, do it. And then
Do that
we'll
one?
Then if it's not good, we'll go back.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
It's a short one.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be brief as I can. I believe in the paranormal, but Ouija boards have always been something I've been on the fence about. I know that a lot of what I'm about to say is going to admit a lot of "you shouldn't have effing done that, you dumb responses, and I accept that I handled the situation poorly. So that said, here we go. Last
I
night,
admit guilt.
yep. Me and two friends were using a Ouija board. When we contacted a particularly effed up spirit, two of us were high and we were all drunk. And yes, I realized that this is where the first problem in lies. Long story short, he told us he was a demon. He gave us a name we didn't remember or couldn't quite spell. Something like,
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it, followed by a series of random letters, if I remember correctly. He said he wanted something from us, but wouldn't say what. He said he intended to hurt all of us. We asked him why he hated us.
Why can't he say it?
He said lust. Bro, you don't say demons' names.
You did in the other ones?
He didn't mean to.
No.
You did.
What, like the Zach or whatever? We don't know those.
He
those
said
were
the
demons.
other one.
The Bojo.
Zio.
Oh, I did. That's right. I take it back.
Why don't you say him?
Bro, names have power,
You
man.
just don't wanna
names
call 'em
have
out.
power.
Okay.
What happens when I say your name?
I'm saying it right now.
What happens when I say your name?
Oh, the demon comes out.
No, what happens when I say your name?
I say hi.
You pay
Exactly.
attention.
Oh.
You pay attention to me.
Okay.
You come to me. You look at me. I don't want that. I want to hear about how they did it, not do it myself.
Fair enough. Okay.
He said he wanted something from hurt us. We asked him why he hated us. He said lust. We asked what he lusted for. He said me. The person? Or he said me.
I think he said
Probably
me.
the person.
Yeah, the person.
He did a figure eight. I later read this. Is not something you want a spirit to do. Landed on the 6 and started saying other random things, but really didn't want us to leave. We finally left, and in our stupidity, contacted it a couple more times. Each time he said goodbye before we were done talking to it. So here's where it gets really weird. First
This
off,
is it, huh?
yeah, right. It's like the shower curtain all over again.
Very innocuous.
Within about 5 minutes, all of our cell phones act without us touching them. One of my friends gets a ring informing him he has a text. No text. One of them says he has a missed call, then looks to see that he has no missed call. I look at the couch and my phone has dialed the number 0 and is calling it. Shortly after, the stereo turns on without any of us remotely near it. We decide to go to our friend's house. So here's when it gets really weird. We get back at around 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's a good time to get home.
Right? That's the witching hour. My friend had lost his keys and lives in a decent part of town, so he didn't lock his door. We get back and it's locked. At this point, his roommate was there and was able to listen with her keys. We go inside, and all of the furniture has been completely rearranged. In the kitchen, every single cabinet has been opened. Initially, it looks like a break-in, but we had multiple laptops, a PS3, and a TV, none of which was taken. Nothing was removed, just moved. At this point, it hasn't done anything else. We all made it through the night without anything weird happening, so I asked the experts of our paranormal, what the F is going on?
Ugh.
That one's gross.
Maybe I don't want to be scared. Maybe
I'm not
it's
doing
just,
it again.
Maybe it's just
See?
the idea of doing it just sounds
Not
fun.
doing what again?
I said I'd do it with them, and I'm
The Ouija.
regretting
See,
saying
now
I'd
they're
do it
not.
with him.
Now they're like, nope.
No. I just remember doing the Ouija board in my friend's house and the lights flickering and
Yeah.
nah. Ooh. Ooh.
It all
it's been
sounds
too
like
long.
fun and games until you have the dark figures standing around you.
Right, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Grody, grody, grody,
You
grody.
get something squeezing you from behind.
Yeah, dude.
A massage?
You'd hope.
It's like somebody was
A reach
behind me,
around?
like pushing a pulling my chest.
Gross.
He called me that night.
I was like, dude,
He's like, I gotta hurry and tell you this. I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, man,
that's
no.
not good.
Oh my gosh.
No.
All right, last story.
Last one.
Last one.
The Ouija board from hell.
Okay.
First of all, it's a place.
Michigan.
It's from
Ouija board
Michigan.
from Michigan.
Yeah, it's from Michigan. First of all, I
And it
am a
froze
skeptic.
over.
True. But this incident was too weird for me to figure it out. Is it really possible to stumble across so many random coincidences in one night? Second of all, my English is not that good, so bear with me. It's not bad either. So let's begin. Some years ago, me and my friends was staying in my parents' house. I stand corrected. When they were on a vacation, we were bored and decided to find something fun to do on the internet. First thing that popped up was a Ouija board with instructions on how to use it. We figured out that it was a good idea and printed it out. I read the instructions carefully, and we sat down on the dinner at the dining table with the board in the middle. None of us really believed in paranormal stuff, so it was more for fun than it was to really connect with someone on the other side. We did all the preparations needed to proceed and started the game. After saying all the things the internet told me to say, we started asking more direct questions like, give me a sign if there's anyone here, and so on. Nothing happened, and the glass we all had our fingers on... Nothing happened, and the glass we all had our finger on stayed perfectly still during the questions. The last question I asked was, is there anyone here? But nothing happened. Disappointed as we were, we decided to do something else. So I started to put the items we had used back in place. The Ouija board I decided to burn because I didn't want it to lay around. Now comes the first really creepy incident. I went to the fireplace to burn the printed out board. I held the board in one of the corners and lit it on fire from underneath. I held the board until it was covered in flames, so the whole board should burn up. I literally watched the board burn to ashes. I then went downstairs to watch what had happened to the dog. The dog was barking the whole day, but stopped the same moment we started playing. Oh, so the dog was barking and then stopped when they started playing. I thought this was weird. So I went downstairs. Downstairs in the house, there are two doors that go outside. When I was at the bottom of the stair, I noticed the first door was wide open. I got scared and closed it before I went to the room where my dog was. Inside the room is the other door that goes out of the house. And guess what? This one was wide open as well. I ran upstairs again to tell my friends. When I ran past the fireplace, I noticed a little piece of paper lying in the ashes. When I turned it around, it said yes, with a creepy-looking face half burned away. Click the link of the picture. Was there a picture? Oh, it's the ew, that give you chills.
Ew.
It's like the little moon face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
that's
at that
gross.
Smile. It says yes. Ew, it got me chills. If you look at the edges, you can see the piece isn't from any of the edges of the board. It came from the middle. I made sure that the whole board was on fire before I let it go. let go of it. Then I remember the last question I asked during the game, is there anyone here? I was terrified. And we decided to leave the house. I went downstairs to get the dog, locked the doors. We came upstairs again to leave the house. Then again, something strange happened. We were all putting our clothes on upstairs. I mean, all of us were upstairs, even the dog. Suddenly, there was 3 loud banging sounds coming from downstairs, and we then got so scared that we ran away from the house. Is there something I need to worry about? I don't really believe in paranormal activity, but this made me open up my eyes. Please tell me if someone has experienced anything similar.
Ooh, that's creepy, dude. I don't like it.
Gross. Don't mess. Don't mess, people. Hashtag don't mess. Tell us your stories about the Ouija board or any creepy paranormal stories. But tell us if you have any.
Oh my god.
Gross. I hope you don't.
Oh man.
If you do, always say goodbye. There's like a goodbye across it. You have to run the planchette across goodbye.
Just did freaking GTFO, Satan.
Just don't even do
Go
it.
GTFO.
Yeah.
And then goodbye.
And then put your arm to the square. And
Say a few prayers for the rest of the night. Gross.
And then kiss your ass goodbye.
Yep.
Stick your head between your legs and
Oh,
kiss your
I don't
ass
like it.
goodbye.
that was good.
Oh man.
Those are
that's
good. Those
creepy.
were creepy.
Those were creepy.
Yeah, those honestly have probably been the creepiest stories we've had on the podcast yet,
Yeah.
especially from Ranker.
Absolutely.
Oh, the tree, man. I keep thinking of the tree.
That one just.
I
The
think of
wiggly
like,
tree.
as weird as it is, I think of like those old like 1960s cartoons and the black and white and the music's playing and the trees and all the backgrounds
Yeah.
dancing around. Like that's what I picture.
That stuff creeps me out, dude.
Especially if it had eyes and-
skeleton. Like,
It'd be terrifying.
No
all
thanks.
right.
No thank
Man. Well, thanks for being part of this podcast. We hope you're enjoying your spooky season, as most of us do. It seems to be an ever popular season. Number 6, as I remember.
you. Dude, I love Halloween.
Ghouls
above
and
Father's Day.
goblins come before fathers.
I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Every year, Halloween just kind of gets a little bit more
does.
fun for
You know,
me.
It's weird.
I was just talking to this guy at my work. He came in and he was saying he's traveled a lot. He's like, I've been blessed enough to be able to travel all over. And he said their Halloween is different in Utah. He said Utahns love Halloween.
So
I would
funny.
absolutely love to go to like Mexico and experience a traditional El Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
I want to do
That
that.
would be
and then
incredible.
I would love to go to Salem, Massachusetts.
Yes.
Oh, let's do it.
I think that'd be
my
so
friend's
fun.
been there.
Business write-off. Let's go.
Let's do
On location.
That would be
Oh, yeah,
blast.
baby.
2 weeks. Let's buy tickets.
I'd love it.
Let's do it. Well, thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and check out our other spooky ones if you want a little more spooky season. And we'll see you guys.
Wait. What's the hashtag?
He's already said
Is
don't
it-
miss.
Don't mess.
Oh, I didn't
Hashtag
hear it.
don't miss.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It came to me. I was just went with it.
Okay.
Hashtag don't mess. Tell us your creepy stories. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thanks for being part of this crowd. Ciao.